Look at that menacing smile. Hello and welcome to the KenOhwee Channel, where we'll be talking about toys, cards, games and more. And today for this episode we'll be talking about another DC comic villain, and yes, we'll be talking about Superman, doomed DC Multiverse toy. And it is looking pretty great at this point from the box, and look at this, so scary, so menacing. And looking at the back of the box, you have that series, the Armored Batman and the Robin, Lex Luthor, Supergirl, Mutant Leader and Superman doomed. Yes, and if you collect all 6 of them, you can build a new 52 Doomsday. And of course, unfortunately I won't be collecting all of them, so sadly no review of the new 52 Doomsday, but there will be a review about this guy. So without further ado, let's have a look at Superman Doomed. And here is Superman Doomed out of the box, and I really have to say, he looks weird. I mean, I understand the comics, he actually looks a lot bigger, like the whole upper body is really huge, and then, it seems out just like a really huge monster, just like how Doomsday used to look. So for this figure, they made the upper body really huge and broad, and then going down, the legs are short. Proportion is just a little bit off, and then the bottom area around here just, I understand they use rubber to sort of conceal those joints, but in certain angles it looks like he's wearing diapers kind of thing. So apart from that, the face looks nice. I really like the sculpt of the face. I like all those horns, but sadly, the lower half is really bad. So if you cover this up, he really looks good here. So I wish they would swap this figure and make this like the builder figure, so that he could be much bigger and more proportionate that way. But this is what we get. So without further ado, let's have a closer look at the figure itself. And looking closer at the figure, look at that menacing smile. I really like the sculpt of the face. It looks really nice. The paint application on the face is turned out really well. Look at all the sharp beard, and look at that poking everyone in its way. We need a kryptonite shaver to shave off his beard. Look at that, how sharp is that. So I like that the fact that they didn't paint it particularly white. The teeth is a little bit yellow. I like all the sharp horns and thorns coming out of his body. That's all really nice. So like I said, the mold for the upper part of the body looks really nice. And then going down, you have the super diapers. See that those legs are really short, in comparison with his upper body. So he has all the 6-packs and all the back, look at that, all muscular and everything. Then come down, you have this. So the cape is made out of the rubber kind of material, so it's like a soft plastic. And then at the back, so you can't really push back, so it's only up to that point. And then at the butt, you have the serial number, and then also all the codes and everything for DC, all the copyright and everything. So moving on to the articulation of Superman Doom. He can look up about that much. He can look down just a little bit or not at all. He does have a little bit of a neck pivot, so you can turn left about that much, you can turn right about that much, and then his arms can do the 360, and then his shoulders can move out that way, and then the bicep rotation as well. He has single jointed elbow, sadly, and his hand does not hinge up and down, but it does do the 360, so that's really unfortunate for the hand. And then for the waist, he does have ab crunch, so that's really amazing. Look at that ab crunch. But he cannot move back at all. The back is way too big or something, so it's sadly ab crunch, but no arching of the back. But he does have a waist swivel, and his leg, he can kick up that far. So his thigh can swivel around. And he can do the Bruce Lee kick. Good on you, Superman Doomed. And he can kick back about that far, since his butt is made out of soft plastic, so he can kick back further. And then he has a single jointed knee as well, so that's really unfortunate. His leg does move up and down, but it does not have ankle pivot, sadly. Why, Superman Doom? Why can't you move your leg? And as for the accessories, so sadly no interchangeable hands or anything like that, but it does come with the builder figure, and the part that it comes with is the Doomsday. The right hand, look at the fist. So amazing. Oh, the fist of doom. So looking at the right arm itself, I really like all the molding in this arm, all the thorns and everything, all the meteor like sharp ends is all molded to it, and then single jointed elbow as usual with the DC line so far, DC Multiverse line. And yeah, no wrist swivel, sadly. It can only turn 360, but it does have a bicep swivel, and it is huge. Look at that. He works out your Doom's biceps of Doomed. They even modeled his, the wrinkles around his fingers and everything as well, so that's really nice. And they even have his Doomsday fingernails, so he trimmed it really well. Look at that, nice. So in summary, well, this figure to me, I would say I'll just give it a meh, because like I said, if you see from this angle right here, from the bottom up, he looks really nice. Look at his biceps, so huge with the thorns and everything, and his face sculpt. I really like the face sculpt. He turns out really menacing, and that's what brought me to this figure in the first place, because of the face sculpt. But then taking it out, the lower portion of the figure is just really disappointing. It does not look proportionate. They're trying to make this figure true to the 6-inch line, so they gotta make this figure a little bit shorter, and that's what's compromising the design of this figure, which is really unfortunate. The paint application turned out well. The articulation is just okay. I mean, I really like the fact that it has ab crunch, but a lot of things that it does not have, like double jointed elbows, knees. It does not have ankle pivot. It does not have wrist swivel as well. So that's fine. So that's why I'm giving this figure just a meh. So I'll just conclude at that. I really hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you very much for watching, you guys. I really appreciate it. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Stay tuned.
I am Superman Doomed. I am the strongest creature in the entire galaxy. There'll be no one brave enough to challenge me.
You are in my planet.
You dare to challenge me? I come in peace.
I'll send you away in pieces.
No!
You are safe now.
Click here to enjoy more videos.